Breaking has been around for over 50 years. What started on cardboard and street corners in the Bronx, New York, has evolved into a global phenomenon, pushing the limits of the human body. Today, breakers aren't just dancers. They're athletes, artists, and storytellers chasing perfection one round at a time. At the top stands the Elite Breaking League, the ultimate stage where the best battle the best. But every champion starts somewhere. Before the bright lights and big arenas, there are kids grinding in studios, garages, and community centers. This is where their journey begins.
Welcome to Breaking Through, Leaders of the New School. Tonight we are joined by 8 of the world's best youth breakers who will be competing for a grand prize of $5,000 and the coveted title of the first ever Breaking Through Champion. Tonight we are located in the beautiful Area 15, located in the entertainment capital and soon to be breaking capital of the world, Las Vegas, Nevada. My name is Luis L-Prad Prado, and I am your host and expert analyst for the evening. I am joined to my left by the president of the Elite Breaking League, ATN Carreira. Together, we are your hosts and guides into the world of competitive modern breaking.
Let's meet these top 8 competitors. Lineage, 16 years old, representing Shuffles and Flow out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Kid Break, 16 years old, representing TMB out of the Bronx, New York. Cazrok, 16 years old, representing the Zoo out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Ricky Jr., 16 years old, representing Shuffles and Flow out of Santa Fe, New Mexico. Babalu, 15 years old, representing the Zoo out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Demise, 14 years old, representing Battleborn out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Bam Bam, 13 years old, representing Vicious by Nature out of Phoenix, Arizona. Savage, 14 years old, representing Battleborn out of Las Vegas, Nevada.
Let's introduce our first matchup of the bracket. We are looking at Lineage, who is battling out of Las Vegas, Nevada, going head-to-head against Cazrok, who is also battling out of Las Vegas, Nevada.
1, 2, get down!
My name's Carreira. I'm 16 years old and I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada. I've been breaking for around 16 years, really since I could walk. I just grew up around it. My breaking name is Lineage, and I really like it because I got it from my uncle. My uncle names everybody Alchemy, but I really like mine because it's lineage. It means family, and that's really how I started breaking. My dad and my uncle would always train. I grew up with the crew always around me, and I feel like Lineage is just the most fitting name I could have. I first got into breaking through my dad and my uncle. All the crew practices were held at my house, and I would just watch and be like, wow, that's so cool. My earliest memory of breaking, there's a photo of it actually. It's me when I'm like 3 years old maybe, and I got these brown pajama pants on. I got my Adidas on, I got my little shirt on. I'm hitting a little freeze, and I was just going crazy at my uncle's house. My ultimate goal with my dancing is to construct the perfect version of myself, because if I construct the perfect version of myself, I know that nothing can get in the way of my goals. Dropping bars, had to lock in, get into my bag real quick. My training regimen is pretty basic. Like my base regimen would be Monday through Thursday, 7 to 8:30 at the very least. Like that's like a light week. And then on Saturdays, I do strength and conditioning for an hour. I teach a few days a week here at the school. I coach a lot of the younger kids and help them get better. It's one of my favorite things to do when I'm not breaking. it's like really fulfilling to see them win. It's like I'm winning as well. The judging system is pretty awesome. I think it's great that we're introducing a criteria like this into breaking. The aim of trying to take the bias out of judging is really good, and I feel like a lot of people need to do their part to make the scene better.
My name is Micah Casimiro. I come from Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm 16 years old, and I also go by B-boy Cazrok. Before breaking, when I was into karate and soccer, I did it for at least like 3 years each, and then I found breaking. So I was around like 7 or 8 at the time. I saw these performers, these breakers, for the first time. I was like, wow, that was amazing. I try to keep it balanced, but right now I think my style's a little more on the artistic side than the physical side, but I try to combine both too. What is the hardest move for me to learn in breaking? This is gonna sound crazy, but it was actually windmills. I'm ambidextrous, so my head spins went one way, right? But my windmills naturally decided to go the other way. And I had a long struggle of trying to learn my windmills the other way, but I just kept consistent with it, and now I haven't. At one point, I think I was gonna stop breaking, and I was gonna go for karate more. But I think it was my mom that told me to not give up and just focus on breaking still.
Let's take a deeper look at the first matchup in our bracket. We have Lineage going toe-to-toe against a very familiar foe in Casrock. ATN, what are your initial thoughts on this matchup?
Lineage has a ton of experience. He checks a lot of boxes when he dances. And Casrock, while he's an excellent dancer and a great performer, I think he just doesn't have the battle experience that Lineage has.
When looking at this matchup, you do have to consider experience, but you also have to consider that Cazrok knows he's stepping into this role, potentially as the underdog. He definitely has a lot more to fight for here, and I really want to see that fire come out in his rounds. I think the pressure is on Lineage to execute, to perform, and to show everybody why he's the favorite in this bracket.
You know, I think you're absolutely right in that respect. I think Cazrok has nothing to lose. And that's a dangerous position to be in, because if Lineage doesn't show up today or has a little bit of an off day, that will be the nail in the coffin for him, because Cazrok does not play.
It's anybody's game. If Cazrok brings a fire, if his execution is there, and most importantly, if he hits the right round at the right time, it could be anybody's matchup.
Our competitors tonight will be judged using the Break judging system, the official judging system of the EBL and Breaking Through. There are 5 categories: basics, the foundation of breaking, your top rock, footwork, and freezes; risk, your power moves, dynamics, and how far you push your limits; execution, how clean, controlled, and confident are your moves; artistry, your creativity, originality, and musicality; and knockout, your battle presence, strategy, and how you outperform your opponent. Each of these categories is judged by one expert judge with 5 judges in total, each focused solely on their own category. Every battle is scheduled for a possible 3 rounds. A round is one exchange where both competitors take turns dancing. After each round, the judges vote for who they have winning their category. To win the round, you need to win 3 or more categories. The first competitor to win 2 rounds wins the battle. Taking a look now at the tail of the break, both competitors are 16 years old and battling out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Lineage representing Shuffles and Flow, Cazrok representing the Zoo. There's a 9-year experience advantage on the side of Lineage. This tail of the break is brought to you by Aloha Gold Buyers. Let's get into this top 8 battle. We have Lineage battling out of the blue corner and Cazrok out of the red corner. Cazrok going first, setting it off. You can tell Cazrok means business with his top rock. Getting right down to it with a power combo. Windmill to head spin. With a nice arm variation in those head spins. To a nice freeze combination facing his opponent. Back down to some footwork. Nice elbow air flare transition. Nice head slide bridge variation. Solid round from Cazrok. Let's see what Lineage has. Lineage coming out with his signature technical flow. Nice transition work out of Lineage to that freeze. Lineage with the leg work, footwork combinations. Wow, to a nicely executed halo transition right to an elbow freeze. Let's see what the judges say. Lineage taking 4 categories out of 5, only risk going to Cazrok. Now if Cazrok doesn't win this round, he is out of the competition. Nice creative transition work out of Casrock to a nice 90. Casrock could be slowing down a bit. We'll see what Lineage has. Lineage is coming out swinging right now. Beautiful head slide transition. Doesn't execute that 2000 the best, but cleans it up. Nice creative freeze combos. Nice power direction change into a beautifully executed head elbow flag freeze. Let's see what the judges say. And Lineage takes that battle. He wins that round 4 categories to 1. Only basics going to Cazrok. Excellent battle by both competitors. Now let's go backstage with Smurf and the competitors.
We are here with the one, the only B-Boy Lineage. How are you feeling today?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic. How were you feeling during this battle?
I felt good, very energetic, felt light. It was good, it was great.
That first round, you actually lost in the risk category. Did you feel like you did okay? Did you take enough risk, or you could have done better?
Well, I planned out my rounds, so I kind of knew I was gonna, it's one of my more chill rounds, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna lose risk, but it's pretty well rounded. I'll probably take every other category.
That's right, man. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you so much.
Casrock, how you feeling?
I feel like I did my best, but when I was out there, it was like a completely different vibe. Like, it didn't feel like a regular battle, but I'd say more pressure.
More pressure?
Yeah.
Did you go in there with the game plan, or did you freestyle?
I went there with the game plan, yeah.
Did you execute?
Most of it, yes, but a little bit of slip-ups, yeah.
All right, man. Well, sorry, we're gonna lose you. This is the end of the journey right here for Casrock. Back to you guys.
Lineage versus Cazrok. ATN, first impressions.
Cazrok came out guns blazing. That kid was not playing around, and he was going for his.
He went straight for the power combos right out of the gate. And most importantly, I think he defied expectations. But Lineage did what we expected him to do. The experience prevailed. I think the scorecards paint a really clear picture here of what we saw in that top 8 matchup. Nothing against Cazrok. He clearly is taking that step forward, and we're excited to see what he does in the future.
Now let's take a look at this updated top 8 bracket. We have Lineage earning the first spot in the semifinals, taking him one step closer to becoming the Breaking Through champion. In the next episode, we'll turn our attention to Savage versus Ricky Jr.
Who I'm gonna battle in the first round is B-Boy Savage, or Logan. He's gonna have some dope sequences, and I'm gonna come back at him with some.
I would say my strongest category in the judging system is probably originality. I think I have that better over Ricky.